Greetings, Commanders! Welcome to Kerrash Landing episode 21, recorded on the 21st of December 2013. I'm Commander Kerrash, and in this episode we'll be showing you the Elite Dangerous Alpha 1.1 with Oculus Rift support. As always, viewer comments and suggestions are welcome, and anything you enter into the chat I will try to answer as quickly as I can and to the best of my knowledge. So with that, on with the show. Look at that lovely rift. Oh. Of course, the only problem with using the rift is getting yourself set up each time. It can be a bit fiddly, but here we go. Oh, my eyes need to adjust to that. Very strange saturation. Oh, just duck out of the way of that there. There we go. Excellent. Familiarise myself with this cockpit again. My word, it is a very, very odd sensation. Feels as if I can reach out and touch these elements in front of me. Cool. Bang, bang, bang. There we go. Surely it'd be easier for me to just go EVA. Bang, boom, boom, boom. So as always, with all of the streams, bear in mind there is around about a 30-second delay on the chat window, so I'll try and catch anything you say as quickly as I can. There will be a slight delay. Not only that, but I can only really check the chat stream in between missions and whatnot when I take the rift off to see what everyone's been typing. One of the current downsides of the dev kit is you can't, there's no kind of pass-through view, so you can see your desktop. There we go. Let's load the next mission. Okay, yep, that's a good point, Alien. Yeah, I do want to try and get that set up so that we can share some of the questions and whatnot in chat as well. I need to try and get that tested offline. If we can, we'll try and set that up after, if you like, actually. We'll see if we can get the audio working correctly. It'll be good to start that as soon as we can. Commander Jan there. Can I try to do all the 8 missions in the row without dying? I'll give it a go, yeah. She's actually... Alien, yeah, assuming we can just use Skype and try and get it sorted out, but I'll have to get all the audio balance and everything right in between here. I can definitely get it running, but it'll take a little bit of tweaking around, so I'll definitely try and do that. It'd be good to have some guest hosts, so to speak. I think that'll work really well. Okie dokie, let's try and switch back now. Oh dear. Yes, it is a bit of a pain having to constantly switch in and out. So I'm just going to turn one thing off. So the only noticeable flaw that I've seen so far is the shadowing has issues with the rift on, and I have filed a bug report for that, so that will be fixed shortly. But with the shadows turned on their lowest setting, it's much more comfortable. Here we go. So, first challenge of the night. See if I can get through all 8 missions without completely getting mullered. Let's see what I can do. Ooh, big asteroid there. You can run, but you can't hide. Catch up with you. So one of the things that I didn't notice early on, being a real idiot that I am, but on the right hand side indicator on the center console here, you've got the little speed dial. If I keep it there, you can see it just ever so slightly changes tone to white when it goes into that blue region. It's got a blue region on the left-hand side, but when you see it's in that marker, now that is the optimal speed at which to approach and combat the target that you have selected. So, check the comments again a little quick there. Good evening, Commander. Nice to see everyone tuning in. Mosey said there, what are we looking at? Is it 3D? Yeah, it's 3D for me. Unfortunately, it's very difficult for me to stream it to other people who don't have 3D. But what you can do is, if you do have a TV or something which supports side-by-side view, you can get the 3D yourself. Or if you're lucky enough to have an Oculus Rift as well, you can actually watch my stream as if seeing it through my eyes. Is it 3D helmet glasses? Yeah, it's a. What I'm using is a head-mounted display, the Oculus Rift. Fantastic piece of kit. It basically performs a full 3D wraparound effect. So I'm totally immersed in it. The issue I have now is I'm not concentrating on the task at hand, so I just need to attack this ship. But yes, the Oculus Rift is a fantastic experience. It's different to anything else I've tried before. It gives you a complete full 360 wraparound experience, which I'll try and demonstrate once I've taken this guy out. Because he's a little bit relentless. He won't let up in this particular scenario. Oh, and I've clicked away from the window, bear with me. There we go. Ah, the perils of live streaming. One of the excellent things of the Oculus Rift is with the full head tracking I can spin my view around to keep him in centered. I know exactly where he is. I can keep him in my sights so he can't really get himself into a position to fire at me, but I can get back at him, that is. Trying a cheeky shot there. Again, trying to keep my speed indicator in that little marker now. Something I should have noticed before, but you live and learn. And of course, with this being an alpha, there's no real manual or anything at the moment, so we're kind of flying blind in the initial few initial few tests, so but we're getting used to it. We're all getting used to it. Kind of in a way, I don't want to get too used to everything, because I still want the final release to be a challenge. I don't want to. Boom! Goodbye and good night. So I'll just check the questions a little in between things there. Oh yeah, thanks for answering that, Alien. Yeah, I'm using the dev kit, that's correct. Because I'm a bit of a geek and I do like to do a bit of indie dev on the side. Mozzie said there, yeah, when the Oculus Rift is released, they are aiming for it at least as cheap as the dev kit. They're hoping to get it as cheap as they can make it to make it more accessible to more people. So I was going to change something and I've forgotten what I was going to change. Okie dokie. Okay, which one did I get to? Recon wing. Just gonna reset the view a second. Recon wing. There we go. Okay, sorry, I was slightly messed around on the edges there for some reason. That is the problem at the moment, messing around with some of the options. Here we go. Right. 4 targets to engage, I think, in this scenario. Gotta be a little bit more careful now. Neutral targets to begin with. Until we attack. Pick off the guy at the back of the pack, I think. Oh, hopefully that wasn't too uncomfortable for you. Where'd those other targets go? I see you. Snap my neck around quite quickly then. Gotcha. Where's the other one? Definitely had a little more time to get used to the rift today. Gotcha. Boom. And down and out. Excellent. Yeah, the rift definitely gives you the advantage when you're looking over your shoulders and things like that. You can keep track of the enemies as they're going around and everything. So, unfortunately, apart from the menu in front of my face here, I can show you if I do turn around completely in my seat, I can see the door behind me as if I'm sat floating a few feet in front of that airlock there. So it's a fantastically immersive experience. Yeah, so yeah, a couple of comments on the what's been added in the 1.1 there. Yeah, definitely the most important feature, of course, is the little Christmas tree bobblehead on the cockpit dash. I mean, all this other 3D and Rift stuff is, you know, so passé really. Everyone's doing this Rift thing now, aren't they? So yes, gotta have the little Christmas tree bobblehead. So what am I doing on? Oh yes, we're taking on the Cobra. Missile warning. Boom. As that missile hits that asteroid. Come on then. Ooh. Didn't avoid that missile particularly well then. Surge detected, here we go. Trying to boost away from me. And now I can keep you in my sights. Shields are fully operational again. Let's chase this down. Come on. Yes, your shields are back online. I wonder where my wingman is. What on earth is he doing? Lead indicator. Bit of Newtonian flight there to get around that corner fast. Gotcha. A little bit of hull damage. It's okay. It's just a scratch. It'll knock out. Okay, try and catch up with the questions a little. Now in between. Ozzy said, "Oh no, it's no problem. Ask any question like, how do I connect the Oculus Rift to a device?" So you have a little control box with a single cable going to the head-mounted display, and that control box takes 3 inputs: a small power adapter, a HDMI or DVI cable, and a USB cable, which feeds back the head movement back into the computer. So that's the basics of it, really. It's very simple to connect. Anyone know the release schedule for the alpha? No, we don't. Frontier are pretty much surprising us with all these new things week by week, and I think they deserve a week off with everything they've managed to do so far. Definitely. Roll on beta, yes. Beta is going to be very interesting. I can't wait to see a few more people online to play against. I think multiplayer action is going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see a few guys on. Hopefully when multiplayer is actually available, it would be nice if me and a few of the other streamers and YouTube people can get together and do a bit of a collaboration thing. I think it'd be nice to see something from each of our point of views shared online, so so everyone can see how badly I do compared to everyone else. Okie dokie, I think that's all the questions for now. I'll try this next mission then. Okay, so what I'm doing at the moment is trying being the operative word, to complete each of the 8 alpha missions without getting the back end of my Sidewinder handed to me. I will try anyway. I think one thing I will have to change again, the shadowing options are I've gone back to the defaults on there. I'll have to just apply that on there. There we go. Okay. And it seems like such a trivial thing, you know, shadow options. Like, why would it be a concern at all? But the issue being with the Rift on that shadows that render at different depths differently to each other actually causes you a few issues with depth perception. Makes it very, very difficult to see how far something is away. Just trying to stay at a range of that cobra. Don't know whereabouts it is. Okay. Okay, apologies for that. We had a slight glitch. Oh, and then my window's gone completely AWOL. What on earth has gone on there? we go. Okay, yes, we had a slight issue to deal with there. Let's find that next target. So, for those who are unfamiliar, in this scenario there are three neutral targets that you have to take out. But there's an aggressive fourth target already hostile, hunting you down. So this mission is about stealth, so you can sneak in between the asteroids, take out a target, and make use of the really interesting heat mechanic that the game has. Well, heat. See, I'm not fond of the term heat. It's a few things really, if I'm perfectly honest. The concept in the game is referred to as silent running. You can whoops, scrape. A bit closer to the asteroid than I realised there. Yeah, so the game has this concept of silent running where you can neutralise the output of your ship. You can stop venting heat out into space and turn your ship right into basically very, very quiet running mode. But it's nothing to do with sound, of course. It's more to do with heat. But it's not entirely heat. It's everything about your ship. All emissions that you make, basically, you can shut them down. It's a very interesting mechanic. Of course, the heat is the biggest component of it, because the primary way in which targets are detected on your scanner is based on their heat signature, because all ships produce so much internal heat that they've got these radiated heat veins on the back of them. That Cobra is around somewhere. Scanning the asteroid field, he's got to be in there somewhere. How close he is, Norris? Yeah, he's directly above me somewhere. There he is! Okay, now we've got a problem. How to take out this last guy, and effectively the scenario is complete. Then I can just make a run for it. I can use the bigger and noisier weapon now because, hey, the Cobra's already spotted me, so... Whoopsie! Whoa, arch my neck right over there. Boom. That's considered a win. Bye-bye, Cobra. I'm out of here. Excellent. Okay, I'll try and answer a few more questions in between there. All sound just went off. Diddly-dee. The big package on the right is of course, it's a big block of marzipan for a giant Christmas cake. That's exactly what it is. We don't know what that is yet. It's something. We'll find out soon, I hope. Maybe it's a little storage area for the package jobs you might have to do. Hands there. Yeah, if you're building a new PC, my recommendation, the first thing to do would always be set yourself a budget. It's the only way to do it, really. Oh, are we on the supply strike mission already? Oh dear. Mozzie said you want the Oculus Rift now. Yeah, it's fantastic. The dev kit is great, but I like I've said to everyone I've demoed it to, everyone has tried it. Definitely wait for the consumer kit. It's going to be a world of difference. to the dev kit. It's higher resolution. It's going to be 1080p for a start. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. And I've just caught up with the chat there, so I can see I'm telling you to suck eggs. And yeah, the release date for the consumer kit has not been confirmed yet, but all best estimates point to early next year. Oxlow, greetings. Nice to see a new name in there. Yeah, it is a strange sensation to watch gameplay through someone else's eyes. It's rather odd. Unfortunately, it's the only real way that I can stream the Rift, which is a bit of a shame, really. And of course, anyone who does have a Rift, they can actually watch it properly through my eyes. So, right, on with the next scenario. I'll catch up with the questions in a second. Okie dokie. The immense concentration here, because this was the scenario which caused me so many issues early on. You know, whenever I go quiet, it's because I'm desperately trying to concentrate. Whether that's successful or not is anyone's guess. But, select the next hostile target. Have I lost one wingman already? That's not a good start. These missiles naturally don't really have much of an effect against these fighters. You'd have to get in too close to be able to use them effectively, but I don't know why my head keeps telling me is like, fire at them, it might freak them out. But I don't think the AI is that clever yet. Maybe soon. Obviously the problem I got here is my wingman here is all about, yep, he's been destroyed. Wait for my weapons to cool off a little bit. Yeah, the problem is with the AI for your wingmen at the moment, they just kind of go in there gunning at hell for leather and not actually achieving anything because they just get blasted by the ridiculously powerful weapons on the Anaconda. So hopefully both the oh dear, yes, back off a little. Both the enemy and cooperative AI will be improved at some point to fight a little more realistically with each other. This mission has caused many people grief, particularly early on before there was any determined combat tactics to actually do this, but I think all of us who've had a chance to try the alpha have got used to the tactics which you can employ on this at the moment. Let's definitely pick off the escort first, one by one, and then sit outside of the weapon range of this anaconda and take out its shields first, and then go in for the kill with your missiles. And that seems to be a relatively decent tactic for most battles, actually. I'm going to have to switch to full shields and engines in a second. His shields are very, very low now. Should put all of my power back into shields shortly. Come on. Oh, his shield energy is so close to being fully dissipated. There we go. Oh dear. This is not working as well as I'd hoped. Oh no! I failed! I failed! Oh, I'll have to start all over again. Ah, too eager, too eager. I should have made 2 runs instead of 1. Never mind. Let's just start all the way back from the beginning. I think that's only fair, to get through all 8 missions in one go. Okie dokie, quick check of the questions on there. Oculus support, yes, Oculus support. So nice. Yeah, I'd encourage everyone to have a quick check on YouTube. Some of the other alpha commanders out there have got the Track IR, and I've been using it with Elite Dangerous as well, and the Track IR support looks really cool as well, I must admit. Especially where you can lean in and zoom into the various consoles and everything. Yeah, unfortunately, not even bending your monitor around your face is going to give you the 3D effect of the Rift, unfortunately. Oculus Rift, yes, definitely, it is nice. So for those who have just joined recently, actually, it's the challenge set at the moment is to get through all 8 missions in a row without failing, like I just did just then. I got to the 6th mission and stuffed it up being too eager. Do I still use the joystick with the Oculus? Yes, I'm still using the Cytec X52 Pro at the moment. It works well with a lot of other controllers. I say with the Rift, keyboard and mouse is not ideal really, because you if you lose your finger position on the keyboard, it's a bit of a pain unless you're used to using a keyboard frequently like I do. Other control methods, I've actually got an Xbox 360 controller as well, which I've been testing. Works really well with the the Elite Dangerous Alpha build currently. It's very, very intuitive and set up with a really, really good control method. And it works well with the Oculus as well, because all the buttons are within all of the buttons are very, very close, very easily accessible, unlike a keyboard, which would be very, very difficult. Is my voice volume low? It may be. Yeah, unfortunately I keep losing the microphone, which is a bit of a pain. Obviously with the Rift on my head I can't see where the microphone is, which is a right pain in the backside. I will try and get that up. Hopefully that's better. I'll keep it there, see where we get to. Okie dokie. Right, back into the game. Okie dokie. Right, back to the waste disposal. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There it is. Sorted. Excellent. On to the next mission. Let's get that one done out of the way quick. Is it a little messy with all the cords all over the place? Yes, it does get a bit of a pain in the ass. Weld it to my face or use super glue. Yeah, I can try that. I can try that. Anything for the community, you know. Give it a go. I might have to take a few days off the stream as you know, as I get out of A&E, but yeah, I'll give it a try if it helps. Yeah, it is a bit of a pain in the ass, and that's one of the things which is still a bit of a touchy subject with the Rift at the moment, is the constant adjustment you have to do with things and everything. I mean, they are working on a wireless version, which should be a lot better. But then you've still got the problem of you know, do you use headphones? Do you use speakers and everything? I mean, I've got a set of speakers which I use for the majority of my gaming anyway. But obviously for streaming, I've got a headset which works really well for this sort of thing, and for you know, just general gaming as well. I mean, if you were using a voice chat application with your gaming and you wanted to chat to your friends, then having your volume of your game sound coming through your speakers and then trying to chat to them is a real pain and doesn't work particularly well. Bits of Sidewinder everywhere. Might make sense to integrate headphones with the Oculus. There was talk of it actually, but the guys at Oculus Rift, the Oculus decided not to do it, basically to allow you to have not only choice but to keep the cost down as well. Yeah, you can definitely get a light pair of headphones to do it. Must be a bulky affair. It's fiddly. Doesn't naturally feel very, very heavy. And yes, you can use any set of headphones you want to use with the Oculus Rift. It works relatively well. AD123 UK. Hi, nice to see a new name in there. You've not looked at the Oculus Rift development recently. Have they upgraded HD and has it been properly released? No, it's I've still got the dev kit version at the moment because I'm indie dev myself, so I've been playing with it. But Elite Dangerous is, you know, much more important than actually doing dev work. But no, I've got the dev kit myself, which is running at 1280 by 800 resolution, and the consumer kit is due for release sometime next year, which is going to be running at 1080p, which is going to be a lot better. And I have managed to have a go on the HD prototype, and I can tell you it will be worth the wait. So definitely save those pennies and grab the consumer kit and give it a go. It makes such a difference to gaming. It's a completely different experience than what you're used to with a monitor. I mean, for the years that we've all played games and staring through this tiny little this window on your desktop, and then suddenly having this really, really odd experience where oh, that's the closest we've got to a hyperspace portal yet. Sorry, that was a bit of a distraction. Yeah, suddenly going from staring through a little window to something which feels like putting your head inside a box with an entire world around. It's a completely different feeling. It's a paradigm shift in game experience. So definitely, if you get the chance to try one, go try one out. I cannot recommend it enough to anyone who gets a chance to try it. I've been really lucky so far in being able to try the HD prototype and managing to get a dev kit myself. So I'm Very pleased with that. Ooh, just being able to track the ships as they fly over like that is worth it. Another reason why the track IR is a good alternative if you can't get out of a dev kit, or you are too eager to wait for the consumer version and you want to try out this virtual reality malarkey. It's the track IR is a good alternative. Unfortunately, it's not by any stretch the same experience. The Rift really is a completely unique experience. The complete wraparound view. That the feeling you get the first time when you actually put one on and look around behind you is the most amazing experience. I mean, like where I'm playing at the moment, my head is fairly stationary, and to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not getting the full advantage of the Rift. When you first try one, and someone taps on your shoulder and to look around like this, and you realise, oh, that's not just a screen a couple of inches in front of me. There genuinely is an entire wraparound experience. It is very, very odd. Good question there. Does it also make a difference on the quality of the graphics card, or does it run separately to the graphics card? So the Rift basically plugs into your computer with a USB cable and a HDMI or DVI, so it works like a monitor. So your graphics are really, 100% dependent on your GPU setup. Can you combine track IR with old school red and cyan glasses or a 3D monitor? I assume so. I don't see why not. It should work. Unfortunately, I don't have track IR myself, so I can't test that for you. But it's worth dropping a comment on one of the other guys' threads that have it. I know there are a few people who are streaming and uploading videos to YouTube with track IR, so it's worth giving them a shout, see if they can try it out for you. But yeah, I mean, where you stand with the graphics setup, the most important thing is frame rate. A lot of people are more interested in the quality of the graphics and everything looking shiny and nice, but when it comes to the Rift, the key thing is having a good frame rate. If you can't maintain a consistent 60 frames per second on your system with whatever game you're hoping to play, you are really going to have issues playing with the Rift. And it's not just it won't be very smooth, won't look very good or whatever, jerky. It will really be pretty much unplayable to the point where you would be suffering a lot of motion sickness issues if the frame rate is dropping on and off. It's all to do with the way that your brain handles the latency of an image. So yeah, I'm getting my backside handed to me because I was too busy waffling away about VR. Did I get him? Did I get him? I don't think I got him, did I? No. First laser malfunctioned. Awesome. No one else to fight in this scenario, just throw all my missiles at you. Oh dear, see that's the problem with getting distracted there. Where's the damn chair? Oh, there's no chair. Where's the chair? Yeah, I'm assuming that's still being modelled at the moment. GTX 700 series and an Oculus Rift for you next year. Yes. Well, I'm running this on a GTX 760 with 2 gig RAM, and it's coping perfectly with it. The frame rate is more than smooth enough for the Rift, so. Yeah, 780 is probably a bit too much though. The 770 is a pretty good one if you can afford to go that little bit higher. It's worth checking out. Ah, evening, Commander Greg. Okay, let's see if we can take out this Cobra a second time. There's my wingman. Whoa. Duck behind this asteroid. Where's that missile? Incoming, incoming. There we go. Cobra's a fantastic looking ship. I've got to get one, even if if it isn't my main ship, I've definitely got to get one. Fill my hangar up. So that's one of the things which I'm looking forward to in... oh, he's out of range. What I'm looking forward to in Elite Dangerous is being able to have a hangar with multiple ships. So I can keep a few that I like. One of the things that always bugged me a little on Frontier is you had to keep either swapping ships or having multiple save games so you could try out a few different ships, and then if you didn't like the damn thing you were kind of knackered after you bought it really. You had to reload a save game or lose money in the process of trading to a different one, so it'd be nice to have multiple ships, you know. Come on, keep you in range. Boom. Bits of Cobra everywhere. Whoa, I nearly hit that. Okay, quickly check the questions in between. Yeah, you can definitely model yourself a chair if you liked it. AD123 UK, you have a 560 Ti at the moment. And it's not a bad card, but you want to upgrade for Elite. I actually had a 560 Ti with 1 gig RAM before the alpha was announced, and when I saw the alpha specs I was a little bit concerned, because there was talk of the game may not be able to run on a card with only 1 gig of RAM. Then shortly after that they announced that oh yeah, you probably could run it on a card with 1 gig of RAM. It's just, yeah, I probably could have saved a bit of money there. But no, I mean the 760 I've got now, I'm very happy with it. Very nice card. Works very, very well, so cannot fault it at all. And I think you probably could get away with running the game on a 560 if you wanted to. Actually, I think it would still work very, very well. The main thing, of course, like I said, is frame rate if you're running with the Rift. So, you know, if you want to... Oh, where is he? Keep outside of his range. Yeah, with the Rift, it's frame rate is king. That's the important thing. Nearly reversed into an asteroid there, not paying attention. So if you didn't upgrade and you were running on something like the 560, then you could probably quite comfortably still use the Rift if you were willing to drop down your settings to a lower quality or something like that. As long as you keep the frame rate high, it works relatively well. As I said, it's a world of difference when you're dealing with VR. I mean, you know, dropping to a lower frame rate in a regular game with just a monitor is, you know, it can be a little bit distracting, and you know, you might lose the edge when you're playing a Twitch game, so to speak. But with the Rift on, it's not just distracting; it's outright uncomfortable, and it will cause you to get more nauseous more quickly, even if you don't suffer from that kind of thing. It's a very odd effect on your brain, because the world that you're seeing is not updating as quickly as your brain's telling you it should do. So there's a disparity. It's like a temporal disparity between what your brain's telling you should be happening and what your eyes are actually seeing. So it's very uncomfortable and let's get away from that code. Very uncomfortable and disorientating, to say the least. Mojo Max, greetings, welcome to the stream. Yes, Oculus Rift is a great experience with this game, I must admit. Greg, there, given that you've also backed Star Citizen, we'll have to upgrade to play it. Chris, who's making Star Citizens, suggested that the 780 will be middle of the road. That's what they're aiming for. My word, well, that's top spec at the moment. So obviously they're thinking about the next generation of 800 NVIDIA cards or something like that in the future. That's a little higher than I expected. Mojo Max, is TrackIR working? Yes, it is. It's been enabled as well. Unfortunately, I don't have TrackIR to play with or test, but there are a few other people in the alpha that do, and they've been posting up various things on YouTube. It's worth checking out. Hans there makes a note about the 760. Yeah, definitely, it is good bang for your buck. The 760 GTX card. It is really, really good. Greg, you're currently using a 580 GTX overclocked at 60 frames a second. Yeah, that's probably going to be more than enough for running Elite. So, Commander Jenner, what affects frame rates most? Graphics card or memory? GPU mostly. A lot of games don't really max out the available GPU RAM yet. Elite might get close with its procedurally generated content, but I don't think memory is much of an issue. It's more to do with the core count on your GPU, and I've noticed that considerably upgraded from the 560 Ti, which I think had a few hundred cores. This 760 I've got now, I think, has got over 1,000 cores, somewhere in that region. So it's a huge difference, and it works much better now. Karakino there, do I think a GTX 580 coupled with a Quadro for physics would handle the game well? Yeah, I think it would handle it fine. From what I've seen, having a separate card do physics doesn't seem to make that much of a difference, to be fair. I don't know if that's just suboptimal driver issues or something like that, but it's not really as beneficial as I would like it to be. You would expect it to be a huge jump, but it doesn't seem to be. Hans, 2 gig on the GPU should suffice. Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's what I'm running, and it works really, really well. So, Mojo Max, not a fan of the Rift, but more of a fan of the TrackIR. Yeah, and for those, I mean, who were lucky enough to get to Elite Meet earlier this year, I brought my Rift up there to let everyone try out, and I did get to see the TrackIR, and it looked really, really cool. I must admit, I wanted to see it. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to pop up to Elite Meet to see what the deal was with the old TrackIR thing. But I think, if I'm honest, everyone that was there at the Elite Meet event come away from that saying that they wanted to buy an Oculus Rift. I think it's one of those things that unless you try it, it's impossible to explain. I try my best to explain it to people, but it really is difficult to explain. And it is a completely amazing experience compared to everything else I've tried. I'm not bashing either thing. I think the TrackIR is a great solution to that problem, and I've played a lot of flight sim games where that would work absolutely fantastically. But the Rift is a completely different experience. It's not just a head tracking. It's a the full wraparound view and everything else. It's completely different. It's unlike anything you've tried before. It's a very, very unique and game-changing experience, for want of a better term. concentrating when I go quiet. Whoops, whoops, I hit my wingman there. I suppose that's a nod to how flexible and what sort of freedom you're going to have in the Elite Dangerous universe. That friendly fire is not an uncommon thing in large-scale battles. So, come on, where's my other wingman? Did he seriously get himself destroyed? Did he go after the anaconda on his own? Come on, shoot the guy, shoot the guy. There we go. Rightio. Let's go in for the kill. So as always, I apologise if I'm not picking up on your comments at the moment. The issue with the Rift obviously is I can't read comments and play at the same time. But I will attempt to answer questions in between the scenarios. And naturally, like with most live stream things, there's approximately a 30-second delay on every single chat message that comes up. So if it looks like I'm ignoring you, I'm genuinely not. It's the delay in the chat stream. Back off a little there. So I think it's a turret-mounted pulse laser that this anaconda has. It's got a range of roughly 2.25 kilometers, but my beam laser has a higher range than that. So as long as I stay away from there, we go. See, it trains on you once you get within that 2.25 kilometer mark there. So obviously there's going to be a lot of variation in weapon types when the full version is released. But even the variations we have at the moment are more than I was expecting, actually. I mean, my favourite weapon was the unexpected addition, the railgun in one of the later missions. Fantastic weapon, and I'm assuming that is the weapon that we've all seen in the Damocles video, because I know there was a lot of debate when the capital ship video was released. Everyone saw the big blue flash of that weapon and assumed that it was a plasma accelerator, which would have been awesome. I would have loved that to have been a plasma accelerator. But I'm assuming it was actually a railgun of some sorts. I don't think I'm firing far enough ahead. Yep, he's completely missed it. I've only got 6 missiles left. Wait for my shields to go up and swoop in for a last ditch attempt to kill him, I think. So that deadly beam laser is the issue. There it is. Ooh! Oh, that's the way to do it. Ah, dear. Dear. Epic fail the second. Crikey, questions are rolling in fast now. I'm just going to scroll back up a second there. Mojo Max, yes, the being cut off from the world with with the Oculus Rift on your head was tricky with a wife, kids, and a dog. I know the feeling. That's exactly the issue I have at the moment. It is kind of difficult, especially when someone taps you on the shoulder and you've got the Rift on. Yes, not a fun experience. You can imagine the shock of being jumped on by an enthusiastic dog whilst immersed in a Thargoid gunfight. Yes, that would scare the dead of you. Greg, I am ignoring you. I'm having too much fun. Well, I am having fun, but I am trying to answer questions and do things that you guys want to see as well. So, yeah, get everyone an Oculus Rift so I can meet with them virtually. Oh, some people said that weapon was a plasma cannon, plasma accelerator. Interesting. I assumed it was a railgun. I mean, it seems to have the same effect. I'll have to go back and have a look at it. Maybe it's changed slightly since. Alien, why has no one made a dog simulator? I think Frontier Developments did, didn't they? Dog's Life. I think we're going to have to taunt them to go back and make an Oculus Rift patch for Dog's Life. Right here, where are we? So I know I epically failed on that last mission there, but I do like the railgun, so I want to show it to a few people on there. Plus, I haven't actually played this scenario with the Rift on yet. How ridiculous is that? I've been so preoccupied with everything. I haven't actually gone back and given this one a go yet. Boom! Bits of fighter. Oh, where is he? What have we got here? Single sidewinder. Why have my weapons not? My weapons don't seem to be charging up. Why are my weapons not charging up? Don't have enough power in the system. There we go. Well, that was a bad start. Never mind. Complete noob mistake there. Forgot to actually put enough power into my weapon systems in order for the railgun to charge. Boom! Love that effect when the railgun strikes home. Ah, looks awesome. Right, where did that... there you are. Ooh, multiple incoming contacts. So this is one advantage that Elite has over some other games I've seen, is obviously with the HUD being a real 3D object in the game world. That's actually the perfect HUD for a Rift supported game, because a lot of games suffer. I mean, you'll notice when the little scenario ending dialogue boxes and come up, and the introduction sections come up, will give you an explanation of what the scenario is and what it's trying to show you in there. With the Rift on, those windows are basically unreadable because they're just rendered as 2D 2D windows like any other game would normally do a HUD element, and you can't really read them with the Rift. But with these windows around, I mean, they feel more natural and they definitely are readable. Oh dear. Do we have life support on yet? I'd be interested to see the cockpit glass crack actually, because I don't think I've actually seen the REM lock effect with the rift on. I know it's not good dying, but when the game looks this good. Oh, oxygen supply depleted. Oh, yes, I have a REM lock on. Oh, whoops, scraped over bits of. Ah, what have I done? I've clicked away from the window, and the window is gone. Well, at least I got to see the REM lock effect for the first time, which was quite cool, actually. I could well imagine having that in game. That would be really, really cool. So whilst I'm trying to find what I've done with my windows, I will try and answer a few questions. Oh, I didn't realise Dog's life was limited to that. Actually, that's a shame. Meg, do the supply strike mission and try to land on the Anaconda. Challenge accepted. I will do that as soon as I've finished answering the questions and brought this back up. Yeah, you've got a good point there, Alien. A game where you see the world through the perspective of a dog, that would be an interesting one. There are a couple of really, really good, interesting demos you can get on the Oculus Rift, which put you in strange perspectives. I've seen one where you play as a chicken, which is a really, really fun game, actually. You have to tilt your head down in order to pick up seeds. It's great use of the actual head tracking element of the Rift, as well as the visualization of feeling like you're 6 inches off the ground. It works really, really well. And another one where you actually play through the perspective of an ant, and you can crawl up walls, and there's basically no bounds to which angle you can look at the world, but you're seeing it as if your head is right on the surface a couple of inches away. Too many dogs, not enough cats. Excellent. Oh dear, I've just broken the window again. Sorry for this. External cameras on VR goggles, how does that work? Yeah, so the Rift at the moment, once you've got it on, you're shut off to the world, so you can't actually see anything else, which is a bit of a pain. That's why I have to keep stopping to check the questions and comments at the moment. But that is set to change at some point. I think there's been a lot of rumours about the consumer version of the Rift having cameras on the front which pass through an image, so you don't have to take the Rift off, possibly with something like a little button on the side to switch it. Okay. Let's just set that up on there. Okay, let's go back to supply strike. Oh, Mojo Mac, sorry, you have to run, that's no problem. Where does my accent originate? Yes, Alien's right, it is a West Country accent. I try my best to hide it. Commander Jan could not see the REM lock. Oh, it was just on the edge of my field of view. Yeah, when the that's right, Greg. Yeah, when the cockpit blows out, you have about 2 minutes of oxygen as emergency supply. So. Yeah, the chicken game is way more fun than it should be. It's great fun. Uh, yeah, that's right, Mojo Max. Yeah, definitely. There's hints of that anyway. And Hans, yeah, you could add 3D overlays to the video feed. Yeah, that is the cool thing that they're talking about with future versions of the Rift. Actually, is that they're actually working on an Android SDK at the moment. So I'll leave that up to your imagination what they are considering for final release of the Oculus. You know, if they're considering having it so you can walk around outside with it on, for example, running from your Android phone, you could feed in the real world video and then overlay 3D information onto the scene. So definitely augmented reality is the next step on, I think. My accent seemed too subtle. I'm trying desperately to hide my accent. That's the problem, and it's not working so far. Okay, it's that anaconda. Let's go and park my sidewinder right on its front. I don't know what my wingmen are trying to do. Tempted to have a closer look at the sidewinders, actually. I mean, see if there is actually anyone in the cockpit. I doubt at this stage there would be anyone in there, actually, considering it's the models for the characters have not been completed yet, as far as I'm aware. But we'll restart the scenario in a second, see if I can get a close view of one of my wingmen. Oh, that was whoa! Not paying attention there. That was a close view. Whoa, excuse me. I just need to park my backside here. Excuse me. Come back, come back, come back. He seems to be aware of what I'm trying to do, I think. Fly away, there's a nutcase on the loose. I mean, to be fair, who would want to fly their spaceship around someone called Commander Kerrash? Whoa! Hi, how you doing? Whoa, whoa, push me out of the way, why don't you? Oh dear. Well, I did it. Oh dear. See, of course, you could arrange to do that with your friends if you wanted to. You could quite happily. Now I get the distinct impression that my wingmen are gonna try to stay in formation no matter how close I try to get to them. But let's have a shufty. But yeah, if you were playing collaboratively with cooperatively with one of your friends online, you know, if I was flying an anaconda, I could get one of my friends to come and park on top, which would be funny. Yeah, they are trying their best to stay in formation with me, even if I'm being a bit of an arse. There they are. Pretty cool that they do that, though, I must admit. See them tilting to try and stay with me. I can't see anything in their cockpits, to be honest. Where did it go? Which way did it go? Take my finger off the trigger finger. The closest I've got to the cockpit so far. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, pulling away. Whoa. It's that jerk on the motorway that just seems to not know which lane he should be in. That's the guy I'm being right now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See if I can get close to him upside down, that way I can get a better view. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, look at that. An empty seat and a couple of panels there. That's an interesting view. Excellent. So there is currently no commander models. Confirmed. I do like to cause these problems, don't I? A few more questions in between. Hands now land on the Anaconda without shields. Yeah, the Anaconda still does have its own shield, so I still might bump away from it. And it is huge. It does feel like... see, that's one of the things that the Rift is great at, giving you a sensation of scale. It feels like going right up against a building sort of thing. It's absolutely massive. And it does have a nice throbbing roar of those engines when you get close to them. Right, here, let's try and land on the bow of the Anaconda with my shields disabled. Oh, I've picked the wrong scenario, haven't I? I'm an idiot. Okie dokie. Where is it? Should be a hyperspace. There we go. Oh, what did I do? I keep nudging the mouse. Of course, as soon as I do that, the game goes out of context, and I have to take the Rift off and find out what on earth I've done with it. I'll answer a few questions whilst I'm trying to get that back up on there. So, well, I'm not sure if I might be missing a few things in the chat window. So bear with me if we're having issues with the chat stream again. It was something that is happening quite often with Twitch at the moment. Is the chat stream seems to keep going on and off. Question there from Greg. Since the patch, can you still pass through the Anaconda's shields in combat? I'm pretty sure you can. I will try and demonstrate that as soon as I've got the window back up. I think it's definitely a possibility. Something that we asked for early on during the development of the game, so I don't see any reason why that would ever be disabled at any point. Okay, let's go back to that scenario. There we go. Of course, the issue is if I drop the window away, I lose sound because it's not coming out of the speakers. I lose control of the ship. I get blown up. This is the problem with the Rift. Effectively, it works like a second monitor. So, in order to go to my desktop, I have to take it off and look at my my regular monitor. Okie dokie. So I'll get in close to this. See if I can just get through its shields, and then I'll turn mine off and park up on its bow just to be a pain in the backside. Because that's how we roll. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. So I definitely got close enough for its shields to flare up then. See if I can get in under them. Oh, oh, whoops, whoops. Interesting. I'm not sure if they've made the shields a little bit closer to the hull, whether they generally have made it so you bounce off them. Maybe I have to disable my own shields to prevent... I can imagine it working something like a repulsion from a magnet, where if you've got your shields on, then you're going to bounce off everyone else's shields. It's getting close. Dump some of that energy out and go into silent running mode. It should be fun, because the slightest little knock or bump is probably going to destroy my hull, especially against something this large. I was under his shields then, definitely under his shields above me. My shields are off, but I'm probably... Oh! Oh! Okay. Well, that was interesting. What's my hull at the moment? I can't see my... my hull is 32%, I think it is at the moment. So turning my shields off and going under his shields and bashing against his hull caused more damage to him than it did to me. Ah, well, you find a new combat technique every day, I suppose. Another question there from Greg. Hope at the start of the live game insurance will be cheap as we're going to need it. Yeah, I hope you're right as well. That's something I've been worrying about, actually, the idea of insurance in the game. But I'm sure it's going to be balanced quite nicely, so you don't go off and be a complete idiot, but at the same time it gives you enough of a advantage. Try it again. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the questions. Magnets are repulsive. Well, magnets are repulsive and attractive, I suppose. Depends which ends they're looking at. I mean, I'm assuming that shields work in such a way that they will repulse each other. You know, I assume that's what it is. So let's try it again, because everyone's calling for me to try that again. Turn off my shields and scrape along the hull of the Anaconda. I've completely lost the window again. There we go. I found it again. Okie dokie, let's find that Anaconda. Interesting issue there, so I'll try and capture that and put in a bug report. Might have been because I was smashing into his cockpit. I might have done so much damage to his cockpit that he decompressed. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of him. Okay, this shield's offline. No, no, I got completely destroyed then at that point, and my head just went through an anaconda. My word. Try it again. Number one rule in capturing bugs: replicate, reproduce. If you can't do it again, it's not really a bug. It's just a unfortunate cock-up. Now, if I know anything from working in software development, the most difficult thing in the world is when someone tells you about a bug that just cannot be, for the life of you, replicated. If you cannot replicate it again, then you really don't stand a chance of actually fixing it, because you won't be able to test out various fixes. That's half the problem. Ditch that heat. Turn off my shields. He's got a weak spot on his hull, perhaps. No, there really seems to be no. Not doing any damage to him at all this time. No, that was some sort of unfortunate side effect. I can't seem to get that to reproduce that same effect. Very weird though. Oh dear. Yes, sorry, the window completely lost focus again. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I was just trying to get it to reproduce. I can't get it to reproduce that at all, so I'm not going to be able to do that as a bug report, I'm afraid. But I will try again and keep getting it until I can reproduce it. Unfortunately, I'll really need to do something like capture a screenshot. I'll have to go back and edit a highlight on the video, I think, and point that out. At least it's all captured. And if it's fixed now, no one else will have to deal with it on Go Live, so... Go Live. That's a term we use at my job. Oh dear. You can always pick the dev out of the room, can't you? Let's try a different position on his hull. Maybe it was just a lucky fluke where I was hitting him. Let's turn my shields off, dump all that heat out. And I think someone did mention something about the heat wash from the engine. Yeah, I've spoken to Mike Evans, the designer, and no such luck. One of the things that he did say was that eventually the heat wash from large engines will cause damage to your ship system, so you're not going to be able to sneak right up to a very large ship like that and sit behind it. You're going to run into problems on there. No talk of exactly how that would happen, or... You know, I mean... I'd be happy if it was a more subtle effect, actually. I think it would be quite interesting to see if you get into a position where... there we go. You're getting heat damage from an engine, that it would just heat up your internal systems. I think that would be an interesting thing. You start going over 100% on the left side of the scanner there. Whoa, I totally overshot that. Shields offline.